what would happen if we reintroduced the NHL teams from 2010 with the exact rosters, threw them in NHL 22 in the franchise mode simulation? How would the team simulate? That's what we're going to be doing today in NHL 22 roster sharing. There's a player named NicCrosby who created the 2010 NHL lineups. So we're going to do a quick 3-year simulation, see how everyone does, and see if it stacks up to anything like the real life. To give us a little bit of a reminder, we're going to take a look at every one of the rosters, check out the overalls, who's on the squad. Remember, this is 2010, so there's going to be a little bit of different things. Also, for this franchise mode, I'm controlling the Kraken, but I'm not really doing anything. Obviously, like, the Kraken won't have a 2010 team, but the salary cap will have to stay off just due to some salary cap issues. But let's take a look at the teams now. So first up, we got the Anaheim Ducks. They got Bobby Ryan back when he was supposed to be a superstar back then. He had a little bit of troubles. I mean, playing in Ottawa is never an easy thing. Another issue to note is the ages won't be updated for most players, which is kind of unfortunate, but they do have their overalls and they are created, but the ages will not be updated. But NicCrosby are still a beast for creating this. So the Anaheim Ducks, Bobby Ryan, Ryan Getzlaf, 89, Corey Perry, 88. They got Timo Solani, 87, Saku Koivu, Patty Maroon in Anaheim in 2010, Max Jones. So Max Jones might not just be they need to fill a spot. Same with a couple of guys. Like there might be a couple outliers, but for the most part, the 2010 rosters are in. So obviously Max Jones, Troy Terry, but then they got Todd Marchant, Nicholas Deslauriers, Nick Bonino, and George Peros. Defensively, Scotty Niedermayer, Francois Beauchemin, Jacob Larson, Jamie Drysdale, Sam Steele. So any player that needs to be created, it looks like he didn't create, but for the most part, they have a lot of their guys there. So they are the Anaheim Ducks, the Arizona Coyotes, Taylor Pyatt, Peter Mueller, Shane Doan. They've been bad for a really long time, haven't they? They got Mikhail Bodker, Vern Fiddler, Daniel Winnick, Antoine Russell, Travis Boyd, Lawson Krause, Entwistle, and Kyle Turris when he was a rookie, I believe, on the Arizona Coyotes. And then Paul Bissonnette, the stud, the man, the myth, the legend. Defensively, they got Keith Yandel, Adrian Aucoin, OEL, Matthew Schneider, Kyle, I forgot how to pronounce his name. Capobianco? I forgot. And Zbigniew Mahalik. I remember Zibby. And then let's check out the goalie. So they got Jason LaBarbera. And then for the Anaheim Ducks, just so I don't forget it, J.S. Shiger, Superstar X Factor, 86 overall. Off to the Boston Bruins, they have Tuukka Rask and Linus Ullmark. Forwards-wise, who do we got? Milan Lucic at an 86 overall. Mark Savard, 44-year-old legend. Mark Recchi. Blake Wheeler, that's true. He started his career back in Boston. David Krejci, a younger Patrice Bergeron, 85 overall. Daniel Paille. I remember all of these guys. Do you guys remember these guys? Charlie Coyle, Chris Wagner, Brad Marchand at a 78. Young Brad Marchand. Who knew he would grow from a 78 to a 90, like a 93 in 10 years. Trent Fedoric, and then Curtis Lazar. Defensively, the big Z, Zdeno Chara, Johnny Boychuk, who is an absolute menace to play against. They got, and then it looks like their bottom four has not been completed. So let's go back to the offense. On to the next squad here, who are the Buffalo Sabres. It looks like Buffalo hasn't really been touched. They have a couple of the guys like Jason Pominville, I recognize, Tage Thompson, Rasmus Asplund. Yeah, for Buffalo, it looks like they didn't have their rosters updated, but they do have Jason Pominville, Tyler Myers, Sekera, Andre Sekera. Yes, sir. Do they have a goaltender there? They got Craig Anderson. So it looks like Buffalo wasn't really too updated, but that's all right. The Carolina Hurricanes next up, and I'm seeing Ray Whitney, Eric Stahl at an 88. He used to be a beast back in 2010. Jasper Fast, Tomo Rutu. Who else? They got Rob Brindamore, Adam Hall, Josh Levo, Derek Stefan, and then Lawrence. Defensively, who do we got there? Looks like they just got Aaron Ward, who was the only one new. Yep, Aaron Ward. And they should have Cam Ward in net. No Cam Ward, but they have Kevin Weeks. You guys probably know him as a commentator now, but he used to be a starting goalie in the NHL once upon a time. Who's up next? The Columbus Blue Jackets. Mathieu Guerin with Ty Conklin as the backup. So many names I forgot existed. Rick Nash, he used to be an absolute all-star on the Columbus Blue Jackets. Ryan Johansson is a younger. Jakub Voracek. Anyone else new? Yeah, so it looks like he didn't create any new players for the most part. He kind of just added the things, but I think he'll update it as it goes along. But this is a cool little idea. I don't mind doing them. The defensively, Fedoric Tutin, Adam Boquist, Vard, Mike Commodore. Okay, I know Commodore, former Ottawa Senator. The Calgary Flames have Curtis Glencross, Oli Jokinen, and Big Iggy. Jerome McGinley, 88 overall. Blake Coleman, Michael Backlund, Stefan Yell, Matt Stasian, Brian McGrattan. I'm surprised he's an 80 overall. This guy's a goon, the enforcer. Where's his fighting skill? Only 93. That's a little bit disrespectful if you ask me. But I'll fly through these a little bit quicker. Tim Hunter, defensively. Giordano Bomeister, Robin Rieger, Valimaki. Off to the next squad. I'll make this quicker. Patty Sharp. But yeah, 2010, these guys were unreal. Tage, Sharp, Kane. Yeah, they got it. They got definitely a good squad. I'll fly through them a little bit quicker here. Just mention names that I see quickly. Keith Seabrook was good. Milan Hayduke. Matt Duchene back on Colorado. Defensively, Scott Hanna, Adam Foote. We got his sons in the league now. The Dallas Star, Brad Richards on the Dallas Stars did a cocaine bust for him. Mike McDano, a legend. Who else they got? Joel. Good squad there. Defensively, looks like that. So it looks like, yeah, he's still creating the players, but it's not bad. Pavel Datsyuk. Looks like he definitely created Pavel Datsyuk. You cannot miss Datsyuk out there. Robbie Fabry, Zetterberg. It was a sad time to see him retire. Johan Franzen, Todd Bertuzzi, Chris Draper. Okay. You got most of the guys on there. Darren Helm, Nicholas Lindstrom. Oof, he was a monster. Who do we got? Edmonton, Dustin Penner, no Connor McDavid, no Leon Draisaitl anymore. Mike Comrie, Brule, Sam Gagner, Ales Hemsky used to be a really good player in the NHL. Wow. Defensively, Ryan Whitney, Tom Gilbert, Sheldon Sore, Ladislav Smeed, the Florida Panthers. Seeing any not any big names here, but defensively they got Brian McCabe in there at least. The LA Kings, Ryan Smith, Anze Kopitar, Dustin Brown, who stuck around for a very long time. Michael Handzus, I saw. Alec Martinez, Drew Doughty. Off to Minnesota. Brent Burns, he used to play there. This is true. Offensively, Olin Nolan, not the greatest team. Chuck Kobasu, Nick Bukestad, Cal Buttercup. Good squad there. And then, I remember Mike Camilleri. This guy was a sniper in his time. Obviously, there's going to be no stats to show, but he used to score a lot of goals. Thomas Plekanec used to be one of the best two-way forwards in the NHL. Brian Giunta. I remember this team very vividly from Ottawa playing them. George Larocque, another one of the best enforcers in the league. 96 fighting skill. I can definitely see that. Pacioretty, a young Patches. This is near the time where he probably broke his neck. So it looks like the Montreal Canadiens are fully filled out, but Scott Gomez, Maxime Lepere, defensively, Andre Markov, PK Subban, a young Subban, Hal Gill, Hammerlick, Josh Georges, and then in nets, they definitely have Carey Price. The New Jersey Doubles, looks like they haven't fully gotten that set up, but Jamie Langenbrunner's there, Zach Parise, Danius Zubris. Who do we got next? The Nashville Predators, Scott Sullivan. It looks like that's the only player offensively at it. And then they got Ryan Suter and Shea Weber back on the squad. The New York Islanders, Matt Molson, John Tavares back on the squad. Cal Okposo, Brock Nelson, Josh Bailey, Igor Shagranogovic. I tried, though. I gave him my best. The New York Rangers, Artem Anisimov. He was, I remember he had the Selly of the Year. But this was a weak team. Wow, the Rangers. I don't think they were this bad in 2010. Maybe they were. I don't remember them being that bad. I know they had Wade Redden from Ottawa. The Ottawa Senators, Alex Kovalev, my favorite player of all time, Jason Spezza, Daniel Alfredson. Looks like they need to add Danny Heatley still, and all those guys. Actually, Heatley wasn't around this in 2010, but Mike Fisher. Looks like some guys from Ottawa they still need to add defensively. Let's see if they have Chris Phillips. They do. Chris Phillips, Erik Karlsson back on the team, Philip Kuba on the squad. So many good memories. So many good memories. Philadelphia's got Jeff Carter in 88, Simon Gagne. Anyone else we're missing? Claude Giroux, a younger version. Daniel Briere, Kevin Hayes. Defensively for that squad, Chris Pronger. Oh, I mean, they're probably still playing Chris Pronger to this day. Pittsburgh, Sergei Gonchar, Chris Letang, Brooks Orpik, Goligoski, Eden, Jeremy McKay, Chris Kunitz, Sidney Crosby at a 95. Yeah, he was an all-star in the 2010s. Bill Gruden, Ruslan Fertanko, Gino Malkin, 93 overall. Jordan Stahl, Pascal Dupuis, Tyler Kennedy, Matt Cook, this guy who tore the Achilles of my boy Erik Karlsson. I don't want to bring it up, but Maxime Talbot, Craig Adams. I remember Pittsburgh. This is when they were winning all those Stanley Cups. Actually, I want to see what the overall Marc-Andre Fleury, 87. Yeah, he was good. He was very good. San Jose, there's the man, 1507, Mr. Danny Heatley, Joe Thornton, Jumbo Joe Pavelski, Devin Sanaguchi, Ryan Clough, Patty Marleau, Manny Malhotra. Oh man, Torrey Mitchell, Brad Staubich, Marc-Andre Vlasic, Dan Boyle, pretty good offensive defenseman in his prime, Ken Huskins, Rob Blake, Douglas Murray, and Jason Demers. That one was pretty up to date. The St. Louis Blues looks like it's not up to date at all. They just have Keith Tkachuk. Outside of that, no one else, so we can simulate them. And the Tampa Bay Lightning, maybe they finally won't be the best team in the game. Alex Tanguay, Marty St. Louis, Steven Stamkos, Tyler Johnson, Brett Connolly's on the squad here, Kaloran Goudreau, Adam Hall, defensively, Hedman 83. Yeah, before Hedman had his breakout superstar years, the Toronto Maple Leafs, I'd be surprised if they didn't update them. They updated a little bit of them, not fully, but a little bit. They got Phil Kessel back on the squad in an 84 overall, Nazem the Dream back on the squad, Nick Ritchie, I believe, still on the team, so they haven't really touched the Toronto Maple Leafs. Oh, there they are. Vancouver, Canada's finest, the Vancouver Canucks, Daniel Sedin, Hank Sedin, Mikael Samuelsson, Alex Burrows used to be really good, Ryan Kessler, 88 overall, Mason Raymond. I used to be a big Vancouver Canucks fan. This is all kinds of throwback for me. Mikael Grabner, Pavel Demitra, Jannik Hansen, Rick Rippon, Tanner Glass defensively, Christian Ehrhoff, Sammy Salo, Kevin Bieksa, Alex Edler. I was a really big Edler fan for a while. Willie Mitchell and Andrew Alberts. And they should have Luongo in net here. There he is, Roberto Luongo, 89 overall, back for another Stanley Cup chance. And they might be one of the better teams. The Vegas Golden Knights, obviously, nothing touched there. The Winnipeg Jets, Pierre-Luc Dubois, Evander Kane, Kozlov, Harkins, Nick Petan, Nick Andropov. Not too much changed here. Marty Riesener, Tyler Mott defensively. Schmidt, no, nothing much there. The Washington Capitals, Alexander Ovechkin, 94 overall. Nick Backstrom, Alexander Semin. He was an absolute beast too, playing alongside Backstrom and Ovi. Thomas Fleischman, Brooks Lake, Mike Knuble, Parento, Eric Fair, Jason Chimera, Matt Bradley, Stickle, and Eric Belanger. And they got Jeff Schultz, Mike Green, one of the best offensive defensemen in his time. John Carlson, so young and ready. Tom Potty, Shane, I believe that is. I don't remember him. Morrison. and John Erskine. I remember John Erskine though. And then in their nets, I believe they have Jose Theodore and Simeon Vermalov. Finally, that will do it for the rosters. I'm going to simulate a whole year. We'll check in on the year and I'll let you know how everyone does. In the 2010-2011 real life season, the Stanley Cup champions were actually the Boston Bruins. And this year, I mean, they made it all the way to the Stanley Cup Finals. They lose to the St. Louis Blues. In real life, they beat the the Vancouver Canucks. Sorry about that. But in this version of the world, the St. Louis Blues are the Stanley Cup champions as they take down the Minnesota Wild, the Nashville Predators, the Anaheim Ducks, and then finally the Boston Bruins. We'll see who led the league in scoring. In real life, it was Scory Perry. Let's see who it is here. And it's Sidney Crosby, Steven Stamkos, Marty St. Louis, Henrik Zetterberg, Sebastian Aho, Alex Ovechkin puts up 50, Rick Nash, Patrick Sharp, Daniel Alfredson. So you're seeing a lot of the old legends in here. I love to see that. Pavel Datsuk's in there, Ryan Getzlaf, Mike Modano, Al Shemsky, Kovalev, who's played really well, Mark Savard. Who else we got here? Patty Kane, Nick Backstrom, Mike Green, 85 points as a defenseman. That's what he used to do. He used to put up crazy years like that. Spezza, 84 points. Timo Solani. Dustin Penner I saw in there. Jonathan Toews. Awards-wise, though, St. Louis wins Stanley Cup. Presidents goes to Tampa Bay. In real life, the President's Trophy went to the Vancouver Canucks as well. For the individual awards, Sidney Crosby. Shea Weber. Weber won the Norris over Mike Green. I'm impressed. Lady Bing, Aho. So it looks like Aho actually got traded to the Tampa Bay Lightning. Trevor Zegras, who got traded to the Vegas Golden Knights. Interesting. Paul Correa with the Conn Smythe. Roberto Luongo, Vezina. William M. Jennings goes to Roberto Luongo as well. Anyone else? Selke to Kopi. Ted Lindsay, Sidney Crosby, Rocket Richard Crosby. So yeah, Crosby cleaned up this year. We'll do one more year. We'll see how everything goes. But the player's getting older, so a couple of them may retire. But this is a nice little test run here. Yeah, we got a couple of them retiring, so we'll do one more. We lost Patty Marleau, Zdeno Chara, Brandon Dubinsky, Nikola Zherdev, Brad Richardson, Larry Korpakov. Oh, I can't even speak. I'm going to give up on that one. Oles Daniel Alfredson calls it quits. 1 year, big year from a 49-year-old. Mark Savard, Kovalev, Dawes. We lost a couple of the guys there, but that's okay. We're going to keep going here. With the final year in the books, in real life, this would have been the year where the Los Angeles Kings win the Stanley Cup. But in this universe, it's the Florida Panthers who take out the Nashville Predators in 7 games. Let's see who the leading scorers were. In real life, it would have been Evgeny Malkin of the Pittsburgh Penguins. So we'll see what we got here. And it was Alexander Ovechkin, which doesn't seem outrageous. Marty St. Louis, Nick Backstrom, Steven Stamkos, Pavel Datsuk once again. He's a beast. Austin Matthews ends up on the Detroit Red Wings. So yeah, he would have been drafted. This would have been his first year drafted. Actually, not his drafted. Sidney Crosby, Sebastian Aho, Alexander Semin, Joe Thornton, Danny Heatley, Patrick Sharp, Mike Modano. So still a lot of the older folks hanging around the top of the league right here. Ales Hemsky, Shane Doan, Alex Tongue, Jamie Langenbrunner. But that is going to do it for today's video. Going back in time to the 2010 season rosters. Obviously not the complete roster, so it's not 100% accurate. But for the most part, most of the guys were there. What do you guys think? Once the full rosters come out for other years, I'll do it, but I'll wait for the full roster to come out so it's a better experience. But thank you for watching. Thank you, NicCrosby, for putting this together. And as always, have a great day and take care. Peace.